Right into this world, bing, bing, all alone, bing, bing. If you only had $12.99, what would you spend it on? Netflix or the Disney Plus bundle? Only $12.99. What would you do? My name is Dorian. This is SEM, and today I'm going to try my best to give you what makes these platforms so entertaining. If you like what we're doing on the channel and you want more videos like this, subscribe. Click that bell notification. You'll know when a video comes out. I know what I would do, but you will have to wait till the end to find that out. Now, when it comes to the Disney Plus bundle, there is a lot. And when I mean a lot, I mean a hell of a lot. I mean, with Disney Plus, you get so much. You get all the Disney content. You get the Pixar, you get the Marvel, you get the Star Wars, you got National Geographic Explorer. I mean, they bought out Fox for a reason. I mean, Fox still exists, but they bought the entertainment side of Fox. So you get all the Fox movies, and even those horrible X-Men and that Fantastic Four movie. Don't worry, the MCU will do it better. For all you little kids between the ages of 35 and 45, if you remember the Disney afternoon, it's all there. All of it. I mean, DuckTales, Aladdin, Tailspin, Darkwing Duck, it's all there. Oh, so great. For all the Star Wars fans, which in my family, it's only me. Oh, they got all the movies there, but they also got all the shows. And then for Disney Plus, they actually did another season of Clone Wars. It was so long ago since I watched Clone Wars, I had to watch it again. But you know I like binging. For all the Marvel fans out there, they got all of the cartoons, old and new. I mean, X-Men animated series, so great. And ladies and gentlemen, I know it got delayed because of coronavirus, but the Marvel series are coming. Falcon and the Winter Soldier, WandaVision, Loki, Hawkeye, Miss Marvel, Moon Knight, She-Hulk, and my favorite, What If? Oh, when they told me, or when I found out that the actual voices, the people in the MCU will be voicing their characters in What If, just take my money. Take my money. Just take my money. And then The Mandalorian. Oh my God. This show. I used to get teased at work because I used to talk about this show so much. I mean, it's so good. I mean, I would have paid, at the time I just bought Disney Plus, and I would have paid $5.99 just to watch this show. God, it was so good. I mean, and then season 2 looks like it's better than season 1, and I didn't think it was possible. I mean, normally when you set the bar this high, the only place to go is down. It looks like they went up. I mean, it's... Watch The Mandalorian. Just don't take my word for it. Watch it, please. And then for all you sports fans, you also have access to ESPN Plus. So not only do you get to watch the different games and the different shows that ESPN offers, but you have the complete library to the 30-30 series. And those are fantastic. My favorite is probably the Deion Sanders one, the primetime one. That was pretty good because, you know, he played at Florida State. So, you know, it's one of my favorites. And but I didn't know a lot of the details when it came to that, when it came to his life. So that was pretty interesting. Now, Hulu has a lot of content. Not as much as Netflix. They ain't been doing it as long as they have, but they still have a lot. And they have a lot of Hulu originals like Handmaid's Tale, which my girlfriend loved that show. Shut Eye, which I liked. I mean, gypsies and pretty much hustling people. Sign me up. The Looming Tower, which is about the events that happened before 9/11. That was a really good show. The Path with Aaron Paul. Not as good as Breaking Bad, but still, it was pretty good. Just not Breaking Bad though. Not Breaking Bad. And we have Marvel's Runaways, which isn't the greatest Marvel TV show. I feel like you know, the Netflix ones were a little bit better, but still, it was a good show. And now on to the shows that I binged on Hulu. Now, Lost is a show that my friends used to tell me about, but I never really started watching it. Well, me and my girlfriend started watching it, I'd say about 4 or 5 months ago, and we've been binging it ever since. Anytime we have a little bit of time on our hands, we watch a few episodes of Lost. It's definitely a show though you want to binge. Like, I'm kind of glad I didn't watch it back then because it'd have been kind of hard to keep up with everything. But when you just kind of binge it, you kind of are able to see everything right in there. So Lost is a very good show, and it's on Hulu. Now, for all you people that watched Belly before with DMX and Nas, that's how Power is, except for much, much better. I mean, Power makes you want to be a drug dealer. I mean, you root for the bad guy. And then, let's face it, when 50 came out with that song, it probably wasn't that popular until he put it as the beginning song of Power. Another fantastic show on Hulu. And then you have Empire, which a lot of people like to compare Power to Empire. I feel like there wasn't any comparison. I feel like the shows went in two different directions, but both were very enjoyable. And I enjoyed Empire. Another binge-worthy show on Hulu, Empire. Right into this world, bing, bing, all alone, bing, bing. That's the only time you're going to hear this black man sing a country music song. Sons of Anarchy, Sam Crow. For all you real Sons of Anarchy fans, you know what Sam Crow means. I mean, God, you talk about a show that makes you want to root for the bad guy. I mean, you want to become a biker. You want to become, what is it, a 1% or 2%? Something like that. 2% or 1% of all biker clubs are outlaws. Well, this one's, they were outlaws, and it was a fantastic show. And you can watch the complete series on both Netflix and Hulu, but I first watched it on Hulu. And now it's time to dive into Netflix. So before we get into Netflix, I got a quick story. Back in 2000, Netflix wasn't nearly as big as it is now, nowhere near it. And the big dogs on the block was Blockbuster. No pun intended. Well, the way Blockbuster worked is that you went to the store, you picked out a video, you rented it, you watched it, you sent it back, or you took it back, brought it back, whatever. And Netflix was different then too. Obviously, there was no online streaming. The internet speeds was too slow to do that. So what they did was you went on their website, you picked out a video, they mailed it to you, you mailed it back. Boom, there you go. Well, in 2000, Reed Hastings, co-founder of Netflix, went to Dallas, Texas to meet with the CFO at that time of Blockbuster, Barry McCaffrey. And they worked out an agreement where Blockbuster would buy Netflix for $50 million. Well, the CFO went to the CEO at Blockbuster, and the CEO thought that it was a joke and didn't do it. Joke's on him, right? Netflix went on to become huge, and Blockbuster went defunct back in 2010 and got bought out by Dish Network. But believe it or not, even in these day and ages, there are still 2 Blockbuster stores, both in Alaska. If you want more on this, you can go to inc.com. The link will be in the description. Now, on the Netflix. So if I got into everything that Netflix has, we will be here forever. But some of the things that stand out on Netflix are shows like You, which my girlfriend loves. The Witcher, which we both got into. That's actually based off of a video game. Well, books and video games. Narco, get your Pablo Escobar on. Altered Carbon, which I feel like the first season was better than the second season, but it's still a really good series. And a series of unfortunate events, which my kids love. Now we're going to get into some of the shows that I binge and cherish. The Umbrella Academy is one of my favorite shows ever. I mean, I started watching it on Netflix, then come to find out that the guy from My Chemical Romance actually wrote the comic book. I had to go pick up the comic book. And I thought the first season of Umbrella Academy was like the best. And then the second season come out, and the second season is even better than the first season. I mean, Umbrella Academy is up there, top 10, one of my best shows to binge. Now, The Blacklist is something that my mom was watching when she was alive. That I really didn't get into until it was available on Netflix, and I started binge watching it. And man, I wish I started watching it sooner. James Spader is one of my favorite actors in the world. There are 6 seasons on Netflix. There's a 7th season that was already shown on NBC. Eventually Netflix will pick it up. You know how it works. But yeah, the Blacklist. Oh, and James Spader is also the voice of Ultron for all you Marvel fans. I say all you Marvel fans like I'm not a fan. Just look at my shirt. Breaking Bad. Oh, my goodness gracious. Again, this is probably one of the best shows I've ever watched. I mean, it just makes you want to pay attention more in chemistry. I mean, I hated chemistry, but I wish I paid attention more because, man, a chemistry teacher that has found out that he has terminal cancer, wants to provide more for his family. He doesn't know how he's going to do it. One thing he does know is he knows how chemistry works. So he knows how to cook meth, and he cooks the best meth. I mean, this show was fantastic. And how can you watch it? On Netflix. Now, me and my girlfriend, we got to The Walking Dead a little late. I think they were already in their 5th or 6th season when we started watching. But once we started watching on Netflix, we binged the hell out of it. I mean, if we had a day where we didn't have nothing to do, we said, hey kids, go play, stay busy, we're watching The Walking Dead. So definitely binge worthy. It's actually coming to an end. And everybody's like, man, it's a long series. Well, it's a long comic book. So, but just like the comic book, it's fantastic. The Walking Dead. It's funny. We don't want an egomaniac in office, but we don't mind watching one on TV in office. House of Cards is a fantastic show. Kevin Spacey is one of my favorite actors, and in the first 5 seasons with him in it, it is definitely binge-worthy. Now, the last season without him was kind of lackluster, but that still doesn't take away from the fact that it's still one of the best shows that Netflix has ever produced. House of Cards. I was so sad when Netflix had to cancel all of their Marvel shows, but unfortunately Marvel all their wanted their content back for Disney Plus. So, but all those shows are still on Netflix. All those shows are binge-worthy. Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, Iron Fist, Punisher, The Defenders. Watch it all. It's fantastic. Now, for all you fans of these shows, there is a ray of hope because I heard the MCU is thinking about bringing Charlie Cox to play Daredevil. If that's the case, hopefully they use all these characters in the MCU, whether it be movies or TV shows, and hopefully they use the same actors because they did a fantastic job. So watch all the Marvel content on Netflix. Now, this is going to be the last show I talk about on Netflix. I was born July 3rd, 1980. So this show is personal to me. It is so 80s, it is not funny. I mean, Winona Ryder, 80s. Sean Austin, 80s. I mean, we're damn near the same age. I mean, David Harbour probably got so many roles from playing this role, it's not funny. And to me, this is the best show that Netflix has. To me. Stranger Things is fantastic. And if you don't want me to fight you, Netflix, you better make a season 4. You better make a season 4. Best show flat out on Netflix to me, Stranger Things. So before I make my pick, I got a quick story. Many moons ago, many moons ago, when I was in the military, I had a PS2. My friend Taylor had an Xbox, and we used to argue all the time which one was better. You know, I was like PS2, he was saying Xbox. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Finally, we came to an agreement where, so I guess what I'm trying to say is if I had only $12.99, but I had a girlfriend, I would have to have the same conversation that Craig had with Smokey and Friday.
You better get your ass off your shoulders. You ain't gonna get me shot up. You better make that money.
Okay, I'm gonna give you a for real answer. I know you didn't watch this long ass video just for me to sit there and be on the fence about this. When it comes to Netflix versus Disney, Netflix wins. When it comes to Netflix versus Hulu, Netflix wins. When it comes to Netflix versus ESPN, Netflix wins. Reason why I would go with the Disney Plus bundle is when you combine all three of those things and put that kind of price point on there, this is why the Disney Plus bundle would win over Netflix. It's the combination of the three. But if they were by themselves, Netflix would win every time. But luckily, we don't live in that crazy alternate universe where I only have $12.99, so I got all of it, because I need all of it. In saying that, if you are new here to SEM, please hit the subscribe button and become part of this SEM Nation. Once you become part of this nation, you hit that bell notification, you'll know when a new video comes out. And if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. My name is Dorian. This is SEM. Thank you guys for watching my videos. I really do appreciate it. And you guys have a good day.